Hi, are you wondering what is there to do in Boulder? Well, if you're coming out this way and want some tips as to what to do while you're here, stick around and I'll give you my favorite things to do. And make sure to stay to the end and I'll tell you about the oldest coffee shop in downtown Boulder, which started as a Buddhist bookstore 40 years ago. Now, if you come to Boulder, you've got to go hiking. Early morning hiking during the summer is beautiful. There are dozens of trails and trailheads scattered throughout the city. Now, what to try is the Mount Sanitas Loop. It's a great hike, but it is hard because of the rock and log steps along the way. But it provides some beautiful sights of the city, and it's a great place to take your dog for that morning hike. Another trail which is difficult with great views is the Royal Arch Trail. It has steep sections, loose rocks, and tight switchbacks. If that seems like too much of a challenge right now, try Bobolink Trail. That's a lot easier and has almost no elevation. It's a good one if you're in Boulder for a day and want a mild hike, and it's located in South Boulder. Now, also there are many trails that start in Chautauqua Park. And remember that there are a lot of different levels of difficulty. So make sure before you begin, you know what you are signing up for. It's really not too much fun to be on a trail that is above your physical abilities. So if you're out of state, you've got to remember that there's the elevation gain factor and the high altitude of Boulder to adjust to. Now, it's worth mentioning, no matter where you go hiking, that parking in Boulder is terrible. So if you're planning on visiting any of these places, I recommend that you get there early. Now, after you're finished your morning hike, head out to the Dushanbe Tea House. Great place to have breakfast. They also have a great tea selection. I know that my daughter, who is a tea lover, loves their teas for the quality. And as an interesting side note, this place was built with pieces coming from Boulder's sister city in Tajikistan and put together here in Boulder on the spot. It's really worth going to see just to see the ornate walls. Now, another great stop is at the Boulder Farmers Market, which is right next to Dushanbe Tea House. It starts in April and goes till late October on Saturdays and Wednesdays. And I think for the size of Boulder that it's a substantially sized farmers market with everything you would need, produce to meats to cheeses, and it's got more your unique things too, like olives, popcorn, and even knife sharpening. And it's a great place to have lunch on a Saturday and listen to music. Also, there are some beautiful parks in Boulder, with Chautauqua being my favorite. And as I just mentioned, there are some trails right there. Now, at the park, there's an auditorium for concerts, a rustic Victorian-style dining hall that was built in 1898. I know that during the holiday season, my daughter and I will go for afternoon tea there, and it's really a special treat. Now, there's also cottages that you can rent there. These cottages have a really quaint feel to them, and they were built between 1899 and 1954. It really gives off a rustic feel. Now, for other parks to visit, there's North Boulder Park, Central Park, Harlow Platts, and Bear Creek Park, plus some other smaller ones. Now, in my opinion, for the size of Boulder, I think there's a good number and quality of parks. Now, if you're into beer, I'd recommend Avery Brewery, which has several award-winning beers and is located in Gun Barrel. Now, another good one is Mountain Sun Pub and Brewery, and it's right along Pearl Street, and they also have a fantastic menu and really good food. Now, if you like organized tours, I recommend the Boulder Brew Tour. You could do the standard tour, or you can personalize it with a custom tour. And during the tour, you'll see behind the scenes as to how beers are crafted. If you need some exercise after that, all that drinking, head out to Pearl Street Mall, which is a 4-block walking mall, and take a look at the shops, the restaurants, and the cafes. There's a Boulder bookstore, or there's Peppercorn, which is a great home goods store with everything you could need. Now, while you're there, check out Pasta J's, which in my mind is an institution. It's been in Boulder for about 36 years. And if you need a little bit more walking after that, head out to the neighborhoods adjacent to the mall. You'll see some beautiful large mansions along tree-lined streets. It's Mapleton Hill and Whittier neighborhoods, and they're just a few blocks from the mall. It's really a great way to pass a few hours just admiring the homes and the different styles of architecture. And as a side note, I am a local realtor, so if you have any questions about the Boulder real estate market, let me know. I'd love to help you. Now, if you come on Memorial Day weekend, check out the Boulder Creek Festival. It's great for families and just for browsing for crafts. I'd recommend this one especially because it's along Boulder Creek. And Boulder Creek runs through the city coming down from the mountains. And this creek is also a great place to spend an afternoon tubing down it. It's really, really fun. But for something really fun, I recommend participating in the Boulder, which is on Memorial Day. It's a well-known 10K run where thousands of people come together, and it's one of the largest Memorial Day tributes in the country. You can walk the 10K, but you don't have to. You can run it, it's up to you. And it's fun because people dress up in funny outfits, and there's just a different kinds of entertainment along the way. Now, one thing I find is nice is that as you finish, you run into CU Boulder's Folsom Field, which is just a great feeling. And you've got people there on the sidelines cheering you on as you're entering the field. Now, there's also the Boulder Reservoir. It's another great thing to check out. I know that Boulder is landlocked, but the reservoir is a way to get close to water. It's located just north of Boulder, and it's a 700-acre reservoir. There's lots of opportunities there to get your water sports in, and it's open in May and goes till late September. If you're going to go out on a boat, you'll need a boat permit, so check that out on the website. And the reservoir is just a great spot for a summer day. They have wonderful places to picnic and grill. And there's other activities, water activities there like paddleboarding, wakeboarding, and even just relaxing on the beach. So if you're not a lover of water, there's also hiking and mountain biking trails all around. As I previously mentioned, I am a local real estate agent. If you are planning on making a move to Boulder and have some questions, reach out. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, a coffee shop that started as a Buddhist bookstore. Well, it's still there. You can't go to Boulder without visiting it. It's called Trident Booksellers and Cafe and has been in Boulder for 40 years. It hosts many events and is a real gem, and it's on Pearl Street. If you enjoyed my video, do me a favor and subscribe to my channel so I can continue to provide you with more Boulder videos. And also, please leave me a comment and give me a thumbs up. It would really help me. Thanks so much.